So no, our ground beef isn't grass-fed and grass-finished. It is grass-fed and it is finished with grain on pasture, not in a feedlot, but that's beside the point. Our chicken, our eggs, our beef, they're raised in the woods. They're raised on pasture. They're never feedlot finished. They're fed fresher feeds. They get to you faster, so they're fresher when they get to you. They taste better. They handle better. The fat quality is better. Lots of reasons. But that's not really why our prices are higher. I mean, it's kind of why our prices are higher. But the reason our prices are higher is because we don't do this. We let our employees take bathroom breaks. We don't make them wear diapers and force them to crap their pants while cutting your meat because we need them to go fast enough. Our stuff is more expensive because we don't do stuff like this. We don't hire teenagers from vulnerable countries and make them work around dangerous equipment that sucks them into it and kills them. Our stuff is more expensive because we don't process 180 chickens a minute. We actually take the time to inspect each carcass and make sure that it's healthy and has the right nutrition, doesn't have abscesses, doesn't have weird stuff that you miss when you go this fast, or on beef and pork lines, for example, where the speeds are unlimited. Now, with that said, I'm never going to be the type of dude that shames people for eating at Costco or McDonald's or Popeyes or the gas station like the one I'm sitting outside of now. I still do it all the time. And as I tell all the bougie farm-to-table types who like get pissed off at me for saying I'm at Costco, McDonald's was there for me when I grew up in the hood, and the farm-to-table movement was happy to let me starve. However, cheap meat, $5-6 a pound ground beef at Costco has a price. Just being paid by someone else, somebody working in a slaughterhouse. It's coming from the environment. It's coming from someone, and the savings is being passed on to you. Now, I don't want anybody to feel guilty about that because people deserve to eat. And it's a shame that our economic situation has been created to where wages are suppressed, people are not fairly paid or compensated, and therefore they have to go to the lowest common denominator just to survive. I ain't gonna guilt nobody for surviving. However, I'm a guy that pays a minimum wage of $20 an hour for people walking in off the street with no skills, no degrees, no nothing. I'm somebody that's trying to not abuse animals. I'm somebody who's trying not to pass off the cost of raising animals onto the environment. And that's going to cost more. And I understand and appreciate that a lot of people aren't going to be in a position to pay that extra price, to pay that full price. And they're not even going to be able to pay it as we scale up and we get the price down a little bit more, because doing things the right way is always going to be a little more expensive than passing off the cost to migrant children or the environment. So if your household economics says that you can only afford the meat at a Costco or a Walmart, it is not your job to bankrupt yourself to support me. The only thing I'll ask you to do is not insinuate that I'm being a butthole for charging the prices that I charge, because I could charge more. DuPont Farmers Market, they're charging $9, $10 a dozen for eggs. There's a guy in the comments of the post linked to this one that paid $45 for one frozen chicken. I know people selling ground beef for $13 a pound. I know farmers selling chorizo sausage links for $15 a pound. And they're charging it because that's what they can get and that's what the market will bear. Meanwhile, my business is on a cost plus model. I charge the lowest price I can get away with and still reinvest in my business to scale it up without having to do the Vital Farms thing. So yes, my prices are at a premium. And if that's not going to work for you, that's fine. All I ask is that you leave me alone.